Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hi, everyone. This is Meg.
Hi there. This is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So, Heather, what are we popping open today?
We're going to pop open a conversation about Melissa essential oil.
Okay. First impression smelling it?
So even though it's a flower, it smells slightly citrusy to me. It's a little sharp, as I tend to describe something like lemongrass or something like that. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell like you would think a traditional flower smells like.
I totally agree. And it's funny, the lemongrass reference, because this is the first time I have smelled it and thought it smelled like lemongrass. It doesn't smell as sweet, but it does smell like lemongrass. And what's interesting about that is there is another essential oil company that got sued a whole bunch of money for selling lemongrass and calling it Melissa. And there is a huge price difference between Melissa and lemongrass. And before I thought, like, how could people not tell the difference? They smell so different. But right now I can smell how somebody could think lemongrass.
Especially if you don't have experience between the two, I guess. Melissa is also referred to as lemon balm. So I guess that could probably be misconstrued sometimes too.
Yeah, which is a plant. I've grown lemon balm before.
So this can be used all three ways. I very rarely diffuse this oil because it is an expensive oil and I hate to use the word waste, but I don't want to waste it in the diffuser. So if I want the aromatic benefits of this one, I will simply do exactly what we're doing right now and just hold it up to my nose.
So when would you want the aromatic benefits?
I tend to use the aromatic benefits for stress. I think that this is a really good oil to just kind of mentally calm me down. It's one of those oils that it feels almost instantaneous when I smell it to feel calm with it. I don't tend to use this oil. Realistically, I do not tend to use this oil except for before bed, unless it feels really extreme, needing the calmness. So this is one that if I feel like my mind is a little all over the place, I feel stressed right before bed, I will go and just smell this straight out of the bottle. I have applied it behind my ears or swiped it underneath my nose. But the way I use this one the most is if I feel absolutely anything coming on illness-wise that I don't want to have to deal with. This is a very sharp flavor is the only word I can describe this as, but I will simply just put a drop underneath my tongue, try to hold it there for 30 seconds, and then swallow. A capsule probably would be really good for this one. I have capsules sitting in the same space as it, but it just seems easier to plop and then...
No, I totally agree. And that's how I don't use this one for calmness, even though it is calming to me. But if I feel anything coming on, this is a really easy one. Like you said, just throw your head back, put a drop in your mouth. I've done it both drop under my tongue, and I've also put it on my thumb and then put my thumb on the roof of my mouth and done it that way. And I will say this is the only essential oil that I have used that I almost instantaneously feel a shift and a change in how I feel.
Okay, can I just say, I just did the roof of my mouth with the thumb. It is a much more pleasant experience.
Oh, now I'm going to do it too.
Than the burning that occurs under my tongue when I just do a drop under the tongue. So just for comparison's sake, I'm going to go ahead and do a drop under the tongue. And at first, you don't feel the burn. I've got it under my tongue, so I'm talking a little funny right now. You don't feel the burn right away, but the longer it sits there, and this is not considered a hot oil. I think that it just is sharp tasting.
Yeah.
I say burn. It's just kind of like it's sensory overload.
It is. Yeah, I agree. Even on the top of the roof of my mouth, because now my tongue has touched the roof of my mouth.
It's everywhere now. It's on my lips. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I will be nice and calm later on, and my immune system will have that little boost it needs.
Yeah, it's so funny. Just even the word boost, that is what I feel when I use this internally. I literally feel a boost. Okay, And maybe not a boost in energy, but a boost in like wellness.
Vitality. Yes.
Yeah, vitality. That's perfect.
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me. And I can understand where people wouldn't understand that until you have that experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And especially if you are feeling bad.
Yeah.
That's when you really feel it. Last time I went out of town, Donald got that illness, or he thought he got that illness that's going around that shall not be named, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. And so he asked me like what he should do. And I told him, just grab this oil, put a drop under your tongue, see if that makes a difference. And he totally felt like it made the difference. It ends up he didn't have that. The friend who told him that he got it from, ends up the friend didn't know how to read the test. So
okay.
he didn't have it, but still, sometimes when you're told you're sick, then you start feeling sick. And yeah, regardless, having a little boost in his immune system was good.
Well, and this is in the On Guard soft gels. And so as soon as I start feeling something, my go-tos are On Guard soft gels, and Melissa, because, hey, I'm going to hit it everywhere all at the same time. I will say that most recently, when I started to feel a little tickle of something, I added DDR Prime to that list too. And I have to say, I don't feel like I've been able to cut something short so quickly as I was disabled this last time, which was exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, this is also in a couple of the Symphony of the Cells applications. But again, Symphony of the Cells is a lot of kind of dropping oils along the spine. And this is one of those ones that I'm really particular on how many drops I'm doing because it is costly. That said, just like we should drink champagne when we want to and not save it for special occasions, eat on fine china nightly, don't necessarily wait for special occasions. We've had this conversation recently. I do not want to save these rare and precious oils only for certain occasions. So I just used a drop in my mouth, a drop on the roof of my mouth right now. Use the oils if you have them.
Seriously. And what's funny about that too? Like this is an oil that I have actually never purchased, but I have it. That's not true. I purchased it once. But the first one I purchased with my points. So I didn't purchase it. I used points to get it. The second one I purchased, but I purchased it during a BOGO. And so it was buy one, get one free. And I'm pretty sure based on the price point of Melissa, I bought this and got 2 oils free. And so again, like why do we hoard and save these things when there's an abundance and there's a way to get it for free or to get it at a severe discount because you get 2 other oils free? Like use the oil. It's worth it. You're going to feel better. So use it.
Totally agree. And I am the same as you. This is not one that I have just purchased to purchase. I either use points or get it when it's on the discount. But it is totally worth having. Every single time I need Melissa, I am so glad that I have it in stock. I have about a half bottle. I just looked right now, but I keep an eye on that each time I go to use it just to make sure I don't need to put it on an order upcoming because it is completely worth having. And so, we said at the beginning that this was a calming oil, but I think it's a mentally calming oil because if you can hear from our voices right now, this is not like some of our episodes where we use calming oils and then we start talking really slow and relaxed. No, I feel really good right now. Maybe I need 2 drops of Melissa every day.
I feel really good. I will say as well with the Symphony of the Cells, one of the things that I learned when I did the training last year is that with the more expensive oils, you can put them in a roller bottle and add fractionated coconut oil because really it's just getting the oils along your spine. And so that way they'll last a little bit longer. You don't have to do the raindrop technique where you're dropping it along the spine.
Good to know.
Just want to throw that out there.
Well, and because I'm sometimes doing those applications on my kids, it's always highly diluted anyways. And so I tend to use roller bottles more for them. And if I am going to use Melissa, I will stick it just like on my thumb, like we just did for the roof of the mouth, and then just apply it so that it's on my hand, but it's not maybe a full drop. And then it's highly diluted because I've used roller bottles on them. So yes, that makes sense too.
Yeah. Well, this is an amazing oil. We hope that you have it in your home because it's definitely one to have, to be preemptive as soon as you do start to feel bad. grabbing this oil is going to make a difference for you. So big fans.
Out of curiosity, have you ever used it in the diffuser?
I don't think I have. And again, it's not a bad smell. I just think there's so many other smells that smell better.
And it works to me best internally and topically. So I don't feel like I need to use it in the diffuser. I've got, like you said, I've got plenty of other diffuser smells. I might as well save this one for how I want it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently you can just diffuse lemongrass.
Yeah. That's much cheaper, by the way.
Significantly cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else on this oil?
I don't think so. Love Melissa.
Yeah. Well, thanks you guys for listening. We'll have a brand new episode next week.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.